What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the College Football Enthusiast Podcast. Last week we talked about our Big Ten predictions for the season, but this week we're going to talk about our SEC predictions. Can't wait to get into this one. Beck and I, we are not SEC junkies like we are for the Big Ten, so I know Beck has put in his good research. I've put in mine, and we're going to try our best to give our best predictions. So right now we're just going to start out who we think is going to be worst in the conference. So Beck, why don't you lead us on that?
Yes, sir. So I'll start out with my 16th place, which I have tied for 15th, but we'll just start with 16th. So 16th, I got Kentucky going 1-7 in the SEC, 4-8 overall.
Okay. Yeah. I also had Kentucky as last. And I had them going 3-9 overall.
Okay.
I had them going 0-8 in the SEC.
See, I couldn't pull myself to do that. Game one win in the SEC versus the team that I actually have them tied with at the bottom of the standings.
Okay.
So
who is your other team then?
So the other team that I have going 1-7 in the SEC at going 5-7 overall is Ole Miss.
Oh,
Yes.
wow.
I think the Lane Train transfer portal bonanza runs off the rails this year. I think it's going to be a bit like Florida State last year.
Yeah,
I think they lost way too much on defense, plus the disappointment of not making the playoffs last year with the best team he's ever had at Ole Miss catches up with them, and a tough SEC schedule brings them all the way down to the bottom of the conference.
Yeah, we're not too far off on that. I'll save my Ole Miss prediction for later, but yeah, we're not too far off that. And as much as I love Lane Kiffin, I don't think they're going to have a great year overall. So you said you're 1-7s. Was there any other 1-7s you had?
Nope, that's all I got for 1-7.
So my Kentucky was 0-8, and then my 1-7s were Missouri and Mississippi State.
Okay, so I have Mississippi State would have been my next one up, so I'll talk about them a little bit. I have them going 2-6, tied with another team, also 5-7.
Yep.
But Missouri, I actually like the Mizzou team a little bit. I have them a little bit higher up my list. So
I enjoy Missouri. Obviously love that Mekhi Bear transferred there. And they had a good transfer class. I just didn't like them as much as I like the other teams in the SEC, if that makes sense. Them not having Brady Cook anymore. No Burn Luther anymore. Just I hope they do good this year, but I did not pick them to do great. And I picked them 1-7 in SEC and 5-7 overall.
Okay, yeah, it kind of goes along with just where the SEC is at and just how much of a mess the middle of the SEC is going to be this year.
Yes, yeah. And my other 1-7 team, Mississippi State, I had them going 4-8 overall. And their one win. So the one win I gave to Missouri was Mississippi State, actually, and then the one win I gave to Mississippi State was Tennessee. I don't know why. I just feel like there's going to be. I'm not super high on Tennessee this year, and I think Mississippi State is going to get their one SEC win. So yeah.
So we're not far off from Mississippi State thing, because I also had them beating Tennessee, but I have them 5-7 and 2-6.
Okay.
So the game at the end of the season, I have them winning at home versus rival Ole Miss. So But I do think Mississippi State's going to be improved on last year after how disappointing they were. So kind
Yeah,
of even out the SEC a little bit more.
yeah, yeah. I think they'll be decent, but
Yeah,
just a tough conference. So,
yeah.
all right. Who was your? Did you have any 2-6s?
So Mississippi State was one of my 2-2-6s that we just
Yeah.
talked about. My other one that I kept trying because I kind of liked the team, but I just couldn't find them wins is Arkansas at 5-7, 2-6.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah.
Just getting
Yeah.
Notre Dame in the non-conference,
Yep.
it's from there, and then just I mean,
Yeah.
like I said earlier, the SEC middle of the SEC and the top is just crazy difficult.
Yeah. I had Arkansas. I had Arkansas as a 3-5. Um,
Mhm.
I do like Arkansas a lot. Just um, love their coach. I think Taylor Green is a dog. I think he's a really good quarterback.
Yep.
So just excited. I'm always excited to watch Arkansas play whenever I can. I don't know why. I like their program a lot. Um, yeah, my 2-6 team was Vandy. Actually, that was my 2-6 team,
Okay.
and I had
So
them
I
going. I had to go 6-6 overall.
so I also have Vandy going 6-6 overall. I just don't have them 3-5 because I have them losing to Tech, which you must have them winning, I'm guessing. So
I do have them winning that game. Yeah,
yeah. So
I think the Pavia hype train is going to be really strong to start the year, and then it's going to fall out really quick.
yeah, I just don't think they have enough around him to win.
Yeah,
I think they'll make a bowl game, but other than that, I don't think they have enough. Like going to Virginia Tech and that atmosphere, I don't think they can pull that out.
yeah, it'll be
So
difficult. I went back and forth on that one,
yeah,
but yeah, I kind of gave Vandy like the. I feel like they're kind of like the Colorado of 2023 for this year, just because like Pavia kind of made a name for himself last year, so he's got a lot of hype and stuff. And then them pulling off the upset against Bama last year. I don't know why. I get the like they'll have really strong vibes at the beginning of the season, then it'll fade away pretty quick. But
yeah, I can agree with that. Just I have it fading pretty quick with I have them losing both to Virginia Tech and at South Carolina in the first 3 weeks. So
mm,
I think after those two, they'll be tapering off. Even though I think Pavia will play really well in those games, it's just can't do it all himself.
yeah, yeah, absolutely.
So,
Um, 3-5 teams. Who we got there?
so I have the aforementioned Vanderbilt, and at 6-6, three and
Mm,
five, and then two other teams. I have Tennessee, and
okay,
then also the aforementioned Missouri at 3-5 in conference, 7-5 overall.
okay.
So real quick about Missouri, I actually think this team could be decent. I don't think Prabula is quite enough to take him to the top of the SEC at quarterback. I think he'll be good. I don't think he'll be great, which will be their issue. But I do want to talk a little bit about Amon Hardy, their running back they're bringing in from Louisiana Monroe.
Mm,
I think he could be really good this year in the SEC.
yeah,
So the name to look out for is now that Burden's gone, kind of takes the mantle as the star of the Missouri program.
hmm yeah, yeah. Yeah, I was scrolling through their transfer class last night and saw that Louisiana Monroe guy on there. And he seemed I think he was like tagged as a 4-star in the portal.
I think so. He's coming off of 1,300 yards and I think it's 13 touchdowns last year, which is pretty
Very
darn
good.
good for college.
Yeah, absolutely. Anything else on Missouri that you wanted to add back?
No, I just really wanted to spotlight Hardy because I think he's going to carry them to some wins this year.
Is that
And
one
I
of
think
your
for Blue,
players to watch?
he is. He's
Yeah,
my running back spotlight for the SEC. I think he's going to be really fun.
yeah, that's cool. Um, yeah, yeah. My 3-5 teams. Ole Miss as one of my 3-5s.
Okay.
Auburn as a 3-5, and Arkansas as a 3-5.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
Auburn. Auburn. I'm just not. Oh, his name's gonna escape me.
Jackson
Jackson.
Arnold.
Yeah, Jackson Arnold. I don't know if the Jackson Arnold experiment is gonna work out for him. Um, even though they have had some good recruiting classes. I'm very curious about Auburn. I don't know why. I think they're just going to be mediocre. That's how I would
Mm-hmm.
describe Auburn this year. And I have them going 6-6. And Ole Miss, yeah, losing Jackson Dart, that's hard. Gaining Prince Well from Nebraska, that's cool. But yeah, I think I had Ole Miss going 7-5 overall. And then Arkansas, I had Arkansas going 6-6 overall. But
Okay.
really excited to watch Taylor Green this year. Hopefully he stays healthy the whole year too.
Definitely, he is a fun watch. I'm pretty similar on you on Auburn. I got Auburn as the bottom of my next group at 7-5, 4-4.
Mm-hmm.
I keep hearing all the people talk about how great that wide receiving core is at Auburn.
Mm-hmm.
And Jackson Arnold's a 5-star quarterback. So if you can block for him, supposedly he can do something. But I'm along the lines of you. I don't think it's really going to be as spectacular as some people are trying to hype it up to be.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah. I mean, he was benched last year. You know what I mean?
right.
So,
For
and I know Oklahoma had a lot of, offensive problems. But yeah. Who was your other 4-4 team?
so I actually have two other 4-4 teams with Auburn. I got South Carolina, also 7-5, 4-4, and then the Gators, Florida, going 8-4 and 4-4.
Cool.
Middle of the pack.
Yeah. I'm really excited to watch South Carolina and Florida this year.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very excited. Really excited to watch Lagway and Lenora Sellers too.
Yeah, I'm honestly surprised in my own rankings and how it came out. I just think South Carolina has a harder schedule. I think South Carolina might be a better team than Florida because
Mm-hmm.
I think Sellers is the real deal. I need to see more from Lagway though. He looked really good in the few games he played,
Mm-hmm.
but it was only what 3, 4 games maybe.
What's what is South Carolina's really fast receiver's name? And he's really tall.
Oh
Nick Harbor. Nick Harbor.
yes,
That's it. Yep, Nick Harbor. Um, yeah, man, I'm so pumped to watch South Carolina this year. I did not have them as a 4-4 team. I had them as a 5-3 team. But yeah. And same as
yeah,
Florida. I had Florida as 5-3 too. But
okay.
my 4-4s were Tennessee and Oklahoma. I had Tennessee going 8-4. And I had Oklahoma going 8-4 as well.
Interesting. So I had Tennessee already at 7-5, but I was just looking at my notes and realized something to note on them is I actually have them beating Georgia in week 3 this season at home.
Oh, there you go.
So I'm low on Tennessee, but I think they get an upset early, bring the hype up, only to crash
Mhm.
down the stretch.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I have Tennessee beating Oklahoma actually in this tied ranking. And I have Georgia beating Tennessee. Yeah, Tennessee just kind of seems mysterious to me, I guess. I don't know. They don't really have a proven quarterback at the moment. Um, just with all the Nico stuff too. Just not sure what to think about them. I do like Josh Heupel a lot, but and I hope they do well, but I'm just not too convinced about them at the moment. Um, and then Oklahoma, um, so pumped to watch John Mateer this year. He's definitely one of my players I'm most looking forward to watching. Um, and I think they have a good year. I think they have a good, like just a solid 8-4 season in a really tough conference. So, yeah.
yeah. Well, I have Oklahoma a little higher up my list, so I will save them for a little bit.
Who's your 5-3s?
So I actually don't have any 5-3s. So who do you have at 5-3?
South Carolina, LSU, and Florida.
Okay. So we already talked a little about Florida, South Carolina.
Yeah.
I have it 6-2, 9-3.
Okay. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think
LSU.
LSU's gonna be good.
Yeah. I think LSU will be good. Um, I have them at 8-4. I think they're going to lose to Clemson.
Mhm.
I have them losing to A&M and Bama and Oklahoma, actually. Jared Nussmeier's good. Um, I don't know. I don't feel like they have. I just don't like them as much as I like the other teams who I put above them.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
honestly, I can't give a great case as to why I put them as a 5-3, but I just know that I just I don't have as much confidence in them as I do with like I don't have as much confidence in Brian Kelly as I do in like Sark. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Not as proven as the coaches
Yeah.
ahead of them in this list.
Yep.
So
Yep. So,
I was
but
very
I will give this to LSU is that Death Valley is super hard to play in. So
yeah.
when I was looking at their schedule, I'm like, that's a home game. They're probably going to win that game. So yeah,
Yeah, I'm very similar on LSU as you are. The only difference in the losses that I have is I have them beating A&M at home because Death Valley probably
yeah,
gonna be a night game hosting Texas A&M.
yeah,
I think they pull that win off. So that's why I have them at 9-3, 6-2.
yeah,
Same as you. Nussmeier's good. They're like the one top of the conference team that actually has a settled quarterback
yeah,
that we've seen for an entire year
yep,
at that school, at least. Because I guess I have one team I haven't talked about that has a transfer coming in who's played a few years outside. But I think LSU's a solid team. I think they're in my pack of top six that are all kind of climbing all over each other. But
yeah,
I think LSU is kind of the back end of that. I don't think they have the superstars they need
hmm
to make the ACC title game.
yeah. And who was there? They had a really good linebacker that got drafted this year, right?
Um,
He was
I'm
like
not
a
sure
safe
about getting.
backer. I don't know what his name is, but I knew he was
I
really good.
know they have one coming back with
Was it
Weeks.
Perkins?
Perkins, yes.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah, he was good, but they got another one coming back who had 120 tackles last year. So
Oh, wow. It's a lot. Um, all right. I want to hear this big list of 6-2s.
and you're not wrong, it is a large list. So I have 5 teams at 6-2.
Oh man.
So I only got one team above these. So my big mix at 6-2 is Georgia, Alabama, Oklahoma, Texas A&M, and LSU. All those teams are 10-2 except LSU, which I said earlier was 9-3 because they lose to Clemson in non-conference.
Dang.
And based off of tiebreakers that I looked into a little bit, Georgia wins the tiebreakers, I think, in this. So it would go to the SEC title game to my team I haven't talked about yet. But
Okay.
who do you have at 6-2 before we dive into these?
Bama, and that's it.
Really?
Yep.
Okay. So I'll start with Oklahoma since you had them lower than me. I think that the addition of a new AC, bringing Mateer with him, getting his OC to come with him, so he's going to know the system. Plus, they already have plenty of talent. They just needed a way to get it together on offense.
Yeah.
Add that with who I still think is probably the best defensive mind in college football in Venables.
Yeah.
And I think Oklahoma's going to be really darn good this year, even with a crazy hard schedule.
Yep.
I have them dropping the Red River to Texas and then
Yep.
losing at Alabama, but the rest I have them winning. So
Yeah.
I think Oklahoma's going to be really good this year. I think they're a likely playoff team. They're going to be on flirting with it either way, whether my prediction's right or wrong.
I'd
But
love to see Oklahoma in the playoff.
they would be a lot of fun. And then I guess the one that we agree on at 6-2, and that I assume is 10-2 as well, is Alabama.
Yep.
So I have them dropping the two games that I think everyone has them dropping. Or no, not I'm thinking of the other team. So I have them dropping one game that I think everyone's gonna have them dropping at Georgia.
Yep.
It's gonna be a crazy game, but tough one for Bama to go in there and get a win. And then the other one I have them dropping is at South Carolina.
Hey,
I
we
think
picked the same games.
there you go. Tough road games in the SEC are just
Mm-hmm.
hard to overcome. The
Yes,
other
I
one,
am.
like I flirted with them losing to LSU or Oklahoma, but both of those are at home. The LSU game has a bye week right before it. So,
Yeah.
and I wanted to pick Bama actually higher, but I'm really high on them getting their head coach DeBoer's getting his OC back from the
Ryan
NFL,
Ryan
Ryan
Graham.
Grubbs.
Yep.
I think that's massive. Plus, he actually got to coach his team this offseason instead of coddle them like he did last season,
Yeah.
which I think is going to be massive. The only question and the only reason I could not have them higher is quarterback.
I know.
Like Ty Simpson or one of the other guys who ends up getting it could be amazing, but I need to see it.
I can't remember what they brought in a true freshman this year, and I think he was a high 4-star or maybe a 5-star. And I know they were talking about him possibly playing at some point, and I can't remember what his name is. Really tall.
Keelan Russell.
Yes. Yep.
And then I also think their other one is Austin Mack, who's also in the battle for it. So, a junior, a sophomore, and a freshman.
They've got options.
They do. And I trust DeBoer to pick the right one. I just don't know if, like, week 5, they can go to Georgia and get a win.
Yeah. Bro, do you imagine
So,
if Michael Penix and Ryan Williams were on the same team?
just insert him in with that wide receiving core Washington had.
Yeah.
They already had 3 monsters on that team that I think all 3 of them went top 3 rounds in the NFL and all looked pretty good last year.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that would have been nasty. But Bama's gonna need a few other guys to step up, so it's not just triple coverage Ryan Williams and solve that problem. But I trust trust those coaches to figure out schemes to get him open, and
Is
Bama's
is
gonna be good.
is Jermaine Bernard still there?
I think so.
I think so too.
He is.
Cool.
So I don't think they'll have too much problem.
Yeah. All right. Who's your other what, three?
So I can talk about them, and you can chime in with me a little bit. So one of the other ones I got 10-2, which I'm honestly a little surprised you haven't said them yet, in Texas A&M. But I
I
have 10
mean,
and 2.
here, Dika is you're only 7-1 is Texas, correct?
Correct. And the
Okay.
only loss I have Texas getting is, I think it's at Georgia in week 12.
That's my only loss for Texas too. And here, I'll just say my 7-1s. It's A&M,
Yep.
Texas, and Georgia.
Okay. So I'll start with A&M. So I think this team is going to be crazy good this year, actually.
Yes.
The real determination of whether this is a playoff team or not is at Notre Dame in week 3.
Yeah.
Because Notre Dame lost a lot, but we saw last year Freeman can coach, and that's a
Mhm.
tight knit group. So going to Notre Dame is going to be tough. But Elko's going to have the defense balling. And if Reed can just hold on to the football, they have a 3-headed monster at running back that I think are all returning from last year. If not, it's 2 of the 3, and then another one who's supposed to be good. Plus Reed running the ball.
Plus Casey
Bro,
Concepcion as wide receiver.
yes. So I think that offense is gonna. Colin Klein's gonna be cooking with that.
Our boy Colin Klein cooking in the offseason.
Mm-hmm. I, I watched quite a bit of that K-State team when he was OC in there, and I think he can work some wonders with it.
Yeah.
I have him dropping 2 games at LSU and Death Valley, and then at Texas at the end of the season. I think them winning either one of those games is going to be very difficult.
Yeah. Yeah, I had them losing to Notre Dame. And then I had them losing to Texas.
Yeah,
But honestly, with the LSU game, I could be swayed either way on who wins that game.
yeah. Just depends on who shows up on that day, really.
Yep.
So how about you start us off with Georgia?
Yeah, Georgia. Yeah, Georgia's Georgia. I had them losing to Florida in the swamp.
Yeah.
And then I have them losing to Georgia Tech at the end of the year. I think Georgia Tech comes back for revenge after the heartbreaking loss from last year. And I like Haynes King a lot. Um, and yeah, I think their quarterback's going to be good this year. I just know that Kirby Smart just always has a good prepared team. I think prepared is the key word there. Like they're just always ready,
Mhm.
to play. So, yeah, that's really all I have to say about Georgia.
So I actually have Georgia with a really interesting schedule. So I actually have them winning both those games, both in Jacksonville versus Florida
Hmm.
and versus Georgia Tech. But I have them dropping 2 away games. The one I said earlier at Tennessee, which I have it as a middle of the pack SEC team, and then I also have them dropping at Auburn, who's
Hmm.
also 7-5, along with Tennessee. So I have them dropping 2 games they probably shouldn't, but
Hmm.
getting wins versus Alabama and Texas.
Yeah.
So
Hmm.
I think they're going to be up for it when the lights are on. But I don't think they have the talent to sleepwalk into Tennessee or into Auburn like I think they might
Yeah.
and just get wins. So that's kind of where I see this Georgia team this year. I don't think Stockton's good enough to carry this team.
No, they're going to be
So,
gritty.
yes.
Yep.
Which is weird to say the number one recruiting classes every year is going to be a gritty team, but
Yep. And then you just have who's the last one in your 6-2?
Georgia, Bama, Oklahoma, A&M, LSU. So I think all that's left is Texas.
Yep.
Top in the conference at 7-1 for me, with their only
Yep.
loss being at Georgia.
Yep. That's my only loss for them. Yeah, I just think that Sark won't get the Georgia monkey off his back for a while.
Mm-hmm. Which honestly will be interesting the way I have it set it up. I think it's a Texas Georgia rematch in the SEC title game, which I actually think is similar to my Big Ten prediction in that I had Penn State losing to Ohio State in the regular season, then beating them in the Big Ten title game. I would have the same thing this time, I think. Texas loses to Georgia in the regular season and then beats them in the SEC title game. So,
yeah,
which is not normally how it happens, but that's how I see it looking this year.
yeah, for sure. Yeah, I think. Yeah, I just like the Texas team. I think both you and I agreed Arch Manning we thought was better than Quinn Ewers.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm excited to see what Arch can do. Love their running back that they return. His name's slipping my mind.
Contavious Wisner.
Yes. Yep. Yeah, I'm excited to watch him. Thought he flashed a lot last year. And yeah, just Sark is a good coach. So I'm excited to watch them do their thing.
Yep, I trust those lines of scrimmage to be solid, and that plus Arch plus just a really good defense overall is going to carry him most of the season.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, well that's all of our predictions. Yeah, I just think the SEC is a big old mess this year. They're all just so good that it's gonna be a tough conference like it is every year. But
so real quick,
yeah, go ahead.
how many teams do you think make the playoff out of the SEC? Because I think I had
That's a great
4
question.
from the Big Ten, and I think you had 3, if I remember right. It's still only 12 this year, even though they could talk about expansion. So,
How many
for
do
me,
you?
with 5 teams at least 10-2, I think I have to say 5, even though I think I think 4 is more likely because I'm running out of spots. But I think it's probably 5 if I have 5 teams that are 10-2 or better.
I think it's going to be 4 or 5. I think all the 10-2 teams in Texas would get in. And then maybe a 9-3 team.
Yeah, I don't think 9-3 in my predictions because that would be the 6th best team in the SEC.
Yeah.
With how top heavy mine is, but
well, yeah. So I'm thinking here it's going to be like, yeah, I'd probably say like 4, confidently 4 SEC teams.
Agreed.
Yeah.
4 to 5.
Yep. So, and hopefully, yeah, and with it'd be Bama, Texas, Georgia, A&M for me. That'd be who would get in.
Yeah, and then my border team would be Oklahoma on top of those 4.
Yep. Yeah. I'm excited to watch.
Yeah, should be fascinating.
Beck, who are some of your players that you're looking forward to watching this year in the SEC?
So I already kind of shouted out my main one, Ahmad Hardy. I think he's going to be really fun to watch for Missouri. We both
Yep.
talked about Mateer. I think kind of my other quarterbacks would be Sellers. I think he's a beast.
Yep.
And then Marcel Reed on more of the can he control an offense or not?
Yep.
He could be Heisman or he could be benched by week 5. So it'll be really
Yep.
interesting how that one works out.
I'm so excited to watch Lenore Sellers and Marcel Reed. We talked last year. You know me, I'm a big Marcel Reed guy.
Oh yeah.
Um, yeah, really excited to watch South Carolina this year and Texas A&M. Those are by far my two teams I'm excited to watch the most for the SEC.
Well, behind Oklahoma, I'm sure.
Behind Oklahoma.
Mr.
Uh,
Mateer staying over here.
hey, we both are. We gotta admit it. We both
That
are.
is true. That is very true.
Um, yeah, I feel like you listed who I was gonna say: Marcel Reed, Lenore Sellers, John Mateer. Um, of course, I'm excited to watch Arch. That'll be really fun.
Mm-hmm.
I am
I mean, if
excited to
you,
see what DJ Lagway does.
yep.
Really excited to see how our Nebraska boys play in the SEC this year. Mackay Bear, Prince Well, Jamar.
Butler.
Yep,
Mhm.
yep. Excited for
I think
that.
Princeville's supposed to start, which is a little crazy to me. But
That is crazy.
whereas Jamaria, I think, is off the bench on the predicted rosters. So that'll be interesting to see how that works out.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. What are some of your games you're looking forward to most for this year?
So, kind of the obvious ones that I'll list off real quick. Non-con, Texas at Oklahoma, Texas at Ohio State to start the season. Fascinating. LSU at Clemson. See if LSU can actually win a week 1 game for once.
They will not.
I don't think they will either. A&M at Notre Dame, and then kind of my under the radar ones. Or actually, what do you have for some games? And then I'll name some under the radar ones after you name off some ones.
Yeah. Really excited for A&M Texas.
Oh yeah.
That's going to be a crazy game. Um, an under the radar one that's actually going to be really fun to me is Auburn at Baylor.
Yes, that was on my
That
list.
that'll be a fun one. Um,
Which I think we both have Baylor winning that game based on the predictions, don't we?
yes,
That's crazy.
love me some Dave Aranda.
I think Baylor's going to be pretty good this year.
I would agree. Um, South Carolina, Oklahoma will be a really good game.
Mm-hmm.
Really excited to watch Missouri play Kansas this year.
Yes. The rivalry that no one talks about anymore, that is one of the most fun rivalries in college football.
It's going
These
to be,
teams hate each other.
yeah, it's going to be good.
Mm-hmm.
Really excited for Texas, San Jose State.
Oh yeah, San Jose State. Sparty's gonna take them down on that game, calling it.
We have an online dynasty for college football, and I'm playing with San Jose State right now, so that's why I said that. But
It's good inside joke.
yes, A&M Notre Dame though is going to be a good one too. I'm really excited for that.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So those are kind of my bigger games I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, I guess 2 more quick ones. Arkansas at Memphis. I just think that's going to be a really fun game, whether or not it has any uh, stakes or anything. I just think it's going to be really fun.
That will
to
be
see
fun.
an SEC team go into a Group of 5 team. And then 2 others I got marked off for the end of the season. LSU at Oklahoma to finish the season off, which
Mm.
I have with how I had mine set up, that would keep LSU from the SEC title game with Oklahoma beating them.
Mm.
And then Clemson at South Carolina. I think that could be a
Yeah.
possible top 10 matchup if everything goes right for South Carolina. So,
Yeah. That'll be a good one. Forgot about that one.
especially how the end of last year's game ended.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'm really excited for A&M at LSU too. That'll be a good one. But
Yeah.
I debated on saving this for our ACC video, but I'm really, really strongly feeling that Clemson may win the Natty this year.
I don't disagree with you. So we'll just leave that as a teaser then for next week.
Yes, absolutely. But yeah, Beck, is there anything else you wanted to add for our ICC episode?
No, don't think so. I'm definitely Big Ten first guy, Big 10, Big 12 first, but the SEC games this year are going to be crazy. No strong quarterbacks is going to make all of college football, but especially the SEC, fascinating.
Yeah, I agree. I think I would say this is the most I'm excited to watch SEC football. Honestly, just really like A&M, really like South Carolina, really interested to see about Florida and Oklahoma. So I'm excited for it. Um, but yeah, well, that's all we have for today. We'll be back next week with a little ACC talk. So we're excited for that. So we'll catch you in the next episode.
Yes, sir.